2022 Chevy Colorado, the Snowex LT7200. I'm just going to go through a couple of things that I did for the installation. This plow came off a 2018 Jeep Wrangler, which was much easier to install. This truck is everything's a little bit tighter in the engine compartment. As far as the bracket is concerned, it's pretty self-explanatory. I did trim the air dam and left it. That purposefully, I don't know, some folks say it helps improve fuel mileage, but in any event, who cares? Coming across the front, you can kind of see in there I drilled approximately a 2 1/4 inch hole. That way there I could snake the control wiring, plow control wiring through, and actually it wasn't too bad. I was able to remove the passenger front tire, and driver front tire, and remove the fender line, and actually snaked it up into the fender. The cab control, I have a handheld controller, and what I did was it was actually a fairly simple process. Obviously it came up, you can see it, but right there adjacent to the parking brake cable, I put a grommet and ran the handheld control through. This side panel pops off and you can kind of snake the wiring up underneath. This trim right here comes off and you can continue snaking it through up into the bottom of the center armrest console. Real simple, clean install. That way there, it's at my right hand whenever I'm shifting through. In terms of the engine compartment, everything's pretty tight, but for the most part, I mounted the isolation module right there to the fender, ran the wiring across, connected it to the battery. I did shave a little bit of this cover off right here to mount the positive terminal, and pretty much all the wiring is shoved inside this fender, stuffed down. I did put some hose clamps to hold things off. What was kind of tricky was running the passenger side harness for the passenger side headlights. I ended up taking these screws off, pushing the grill forward, and I took this center support, and you can actually roll it back a little bit. There's a harness that runs straight across. You can kind of see it in here, this here with the that harness with the Tessa tape right there. This right here is the harness that I'm describing. Zip tied it to that existing harness. You can kind of see it here. And you do have to take these pieces of trim off just for better access, but all in all, it wasn't too bad. This truck is a 2.8 Duramax. I opted for this for A, just because it was the basically they were discontinuing it in 22, and also it's unbelievable fuel mileage, great power, great towing capacity, as well as it's got a mechanical clutch fan versus the electric versus the electric fan on the 3.6 gas job. So in a nutshell, that's it. The plow on the Jeep, I had a 2-door Wrangler, it amazes me pretty well. The Snowex, I chose this A, because it was a used sale, and B, after doing some research, it does offer down pressure, which is really beneficial, especially for a light duty pickup truck. I think the whole plow is right around 300 pounds, so it really doesn't, you really don't notice it that much as opposed to a much heavier plow. The front end does have a 1-inch factory spring, 1-inch factory lift. Just kind of raise the nose up a little bit. I did notice that when I put the plow away, it was put away with the height of the Jeep, and when I hooked it up to the truck, it was the plow, the receiver was actually significantly higher. So other than that, it's not too bad in terms of alright, so that's fully raised. And you can see it offers quite a bit ground clearance. Didn't really find too much on the net for installing a plow on these trucks, so post this video. Hopefully it helps it, folks.